Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Fair enough.
One, two, yo. No fake love, no fake love. 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 No. So don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. Give me my roses while I'm here. No fake love accepted, homie. If it's all real, make it clear. No, don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. After hating on me all year. No fake love accepted, brody. No, not over here. No fake love, no fake love. No fake real, recognize real. So many fakes and phonies amongst family members, lovers, and homies. They be right by your side for the ride when you're up. Soon as you slip, you end up lonely. Can't tell your friends from your enemies. So many frenemies with two-faced tendencies. Wanna see you doing good, but never better than them. They melt on you when you get more cheddar than them. No fake love, no fake love. So don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. Give me my roses while I'm here. No fake love accepted, homie. If it's all real, make it clear. No, don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. After hating on me all year. No fake love accepted, brody. No, not over here. No fake love, no fake love. No fake love, no fake love. Smile in my face and kick it with my ops. Cause deep in your heart you wanna see me in the box. And you know it's real niggas that'll rock off top. That bulletproof love don't stop. I represent the cream of the crop. They watching, they jock. Still don't wanna give me my props. So they scheme and they plot on my downfall. And even through all that, I still stand tall. No fake love. So don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. Give me my roses while I'm here. No fake love accepted, homie. If it's all real, make it clear. No, don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. After hating on me all year. No fake love accepted, brody. No, not over here. No fake love, no fake love. No fake love, no fake love.
God. Told you I got him. Man, it's love, it's all love. Yeah. You got that for me? It's love. Appreciate you.
BBN Jackfruits. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Today, we're going to be talking about the Jam Master Jay trial. So the prosecution has ended their case. The prosecution has rest their case. Now, next week, the next day that we're going to actually be going to court is going to be on Tuesday. So next week, the defense is going to get the opportunity to put on their case where they're going to, I guess, call some witnesses and then try to say clients didn't do it. So what we're going to be talking about is what happened today, but I'm going to catch y'all up. Of course, I know everybody hasn't been appraised of what's been going on in the trial. So for everybody that don't know, there is an individual called Carl Jordan Jr. or Little D. Some people call him Noid. There's another individual called Ronald Washington. Some people call him Tenard. And these are the two gentlemen who are being accused or on trial right now for the murder of Jam Master Jay. I have a whole nother question, and that is like, when these guys are in jail, like, how are people perceiving this in situation? I want to say something real quick, and I want to be clear about this. I am not for drug dealing. I'm not one of those guys. All right, so I smoke weed. I mean, I haven't smoked weed in, like, I don't know, probably like 5 days now, but you know, I will smoke weed at some point or whatever the case is. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite and be like, well, you know, them guys out there selling them drugs is, you got to put them in jails. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say that. But what I will say is this, and I want to be clear about this. This perspective comes generally from the people. Well, I always thought Jam Master Jay was not somebody that would be caught up in something like drug dealing, but he was caught up in drug dealing. Let's just be clear on this. But also, just so we could be clear, the reason in which why they said that he got involved with drug dealing in the first place is really, really big. I was actually talking to somebody who is on the inside of this conversation, who was there when all of this stuff was going on. I'm gonna finally try to do the thing where I take the different days, and then I'm gonna make a video for each court date. I'm gonna actually get to that this time. We was gonna try it with the Taxstone trial, but the Taxstone trial was, I believe it was longer, and it was just so much going on during the Taxstone trial, and we be outside of the Taxstone trial, so I wasn't as focused. So now I'm gonna hopefully, I was working on it back then. I just didn't get it done. So we're gonna try to work on something this time. We're gonna see if I like it. I'm gonna post it. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna post it. With that being said, let's get to some of the things that happened today. I have the wrong book in my hand. Give me 1 minute. I think the correct book is on the other side. So there are a lot of things that we want to talk about. I just want to be clear about this. There are a lot of things that we want to talk about. I just want to be clear about this. So, I opened it up to the first page, like the information was on the first page. It's not. It's at the first page is a different day. So I was a little confused for a moment. Let me just get to the beginning of this day real quick. So this was day 11. I want to be clear on this. The prosecution has rested their case. What that means is the prosecution has put all of the people on the stand that they said that they were going to put on this, well, that they intended on putting on the stand. They dropped a lot of people. So the reason why I believe they dropped a lot of people was because they probably thought that it was going to come back and bite them, or they thought it was unnecessary. Probably just thought it was unnecessary. Before I even tell you about what happened today, I want to be clear about something. Matter of fact, it's the first thing on the page, just so we can be clear. A witness says, okay, so if you've never been in a courtroom before, there's court business that happens. That's when you have one attorney trying to do something, the other attorney is trying to do something also. So they have to discuss it in front of the court, because you can't let the jury hear, because it might prejudice the jury. Right? So you know how y'all be outside in the street and y'all be like talking about somebody and y'all be like, yo, that nigga's a loser. Or y'all be talking about somebody and y'all be like, yo, that guy's crazy. So that doesn't mean that it's true. That just means that you don't like the person. That's all that really means. So you're not allowed to do that in court because it's prejudicial, and that's not the way fully grown adults are supposed to make decisions. I just want to be clear about this. So, because it's not fair. That's why fully grown adults are not supposed to be making decisions like that. With that being said, day 11, they went, before they even called any witnesses out, they had a real big discussion because there was an issue about something that Washington had said. Now, I want to be clear about this. For everybody that don't know, I'm not saying that these guys did it or not, but what I am saying is they told a lot of people that they did. I'm going to say this again. I'm not saying that these guys did or did not do this crime. But what I am saying is they told a lot of people that they did. Okay, they wanted to claim responsibility for this crime. I just want to be clear on that. So the prosecutor come out and says that there's a witness that's going to say that during an interrogation, Washington told the police during an interrogation, so you're only going to get the guy standing at the door and you're not going to go get the shooter. Shout out to BW. We got BW in the house. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Shout out to First Class Empire. We got BW, First Class Empire, in the house. So I want to just say something. He was in an interrogation about the crime. And he told the people that was interrogating him, so you're only going to go after the guy that was standing at the door. You're not going to go after the shooter. Y'all raising these niggas. These are the type of niggas y'all raising. Y'all raising y'all kids to hate intelligence. Y'all raising y'all kids that whenever somebody has any to make fun of them and to hate them and to ostracize them and kick all the smart people out of the community. I want to say something. I want to be clear about this. Do you know how often people complain that a black man will make it and he go marry a white woman? You know, most of the exceptional people in the community, unless you're like an athlete, you get treated pretty bad. The community treats you pretty bad. Unless you're like an athlete or something. The black community, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, fam. I'm just saying what it is. When you living in the black community and you black and you trying to do shit, niggas is always trying to block you. They don't even have a reason, fam. That's just what it is. So when a nigga make it out of the community and say, I don't want to never see another nigga again, I don't agree with it, but I don't know how I can argue with that logic. This nigga allegedly did a crime with a nigga and told the police. No, he told the police this. He did tell. This is not an allegation, by the way, because you know this shit is on audio. You know they record everything and shit is documented. So he did say, so you're gonna go after the guy that was standing at the door, but not the shooter. So let's start it out. The first witness that came out is John Roberts. He's a retired NYP detective. There's a whole bunch of shit y'all don't need to know about that. I take down everything. There's a whole bunch of shit y'all don't need to know, fam. To know, fam. Fam. I'm going to break down when all of this happened, by the way. I got the dates and everything. But fam, let's move. All right, so basically, this is an NYPD detective. He's retired. He retired in May of 2023. So he's recently retired. He currently now works for the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office as a criminal investigator. Just want to be clear so you know who this guy is. He's still working. He just doesn't work with the NYPD currently. When he was with the NYPD, he was a patrol. Then he was an anti-crime. That's a plainclothes people. That's like, you know, plainclothes guys. You know, the dudes that's always walking around with the Giants jerseys on. So he was a patrol officer. Then he became plainclothes anti-crime. Then he went to the detective squad. Then he went to the cold case squad. And that's how he caught this. All right. So he was on a cold case squad. That's when he caught this particular case. He also started working for the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District. Wait. Yeah, he started also work for the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District. Just so we could be clear, he got the case. When he got on the case, he was working with the U.S. Attorney's Office, and he was also working with the ATF. So what I'm guessing happened is, after he was working with the U.S. Attorney's Office and the ATF, and he was still on the cold case squad, he switched over for that to the U.S. Attorney's Office at some time. Anyway, we're moving on. Because this is bananas. So we're moving on. So they talking to him. They said that when he asked Washington, he said, so he goes up to Washington and they're going to interrogate him. And they're like, yo, look, we want to talk to you about this crime. Washington is currently incarcerated. He's in prison when they actually come to speak to him. He's already in prison. And jokingly, he says, I think I'm going to need a lawyer for this one. But, he said it laughing, joking, whatever the case is, right? But anyway, then they Mirandized him and he agreed. So just so we could be clear, they Mirandized him after he said that. They showed the Miranda, the whatever the case is, right? Then they brought documents referring to previous investigations. The interview was in 2019, just so we could be clear. And the previous investigations that they brought the documents from was a reference to a 2006 interview. So in 2006, there was an interview that they came back in 2019, and they were interviewing him about that. So basically, he said that they had went to DC with Jam Master Jay, and it was another dude. I forgot who the guy is, but it's in my other paperwork. There was another dude. They go down to DC because they went to DC to go pick up the drugs from Unc, right? They went to go get 10 keys. Remember I told y'all before, he had wanted 100 keys, but it was a drought. It was slow. So they couldn't get the 100 keys, but he agreed to give them 10 keys. So they went down there to go get the 10 keys. They drove. They went to go meet Unc. They met him in the Wyndham Hotel. There was a big thing in court that happened one of the previous days, Wednesday. And basically, and I thought this was pretty smooth. Shout out to the attorney, both defense teams, because I thought that they handled it pretty well. They basically went up there and said, hotels got restaurants, so they could have just been eating in the restaurant. All this credit card said, all this thing says is that there was a transaction that was made on a credit card. They didn't say what the transaction was, so these guys could have just stopped there and ate, right? Because the Wyndham Hotel has cafeterias or they have restaurants in them, whatever the case is. So I thought that was pretty smooth. But that happened the other day. Anyway, he goes on to say that they talked about prices. So basically, if they was going to buy it from DC, it was going to be $18 a key. If they was $1,800 a key. I mean, $18,000 a key. If they went to Texas, it was going to be $12,000 a key. And if they went all the way to Mexico, it was going to be $8,000 a key. So they was like, screw that. We'll just get it here. Washington said that Yakim and himself, they didn't get along. So for everybody that don't know who Yakim is the dude that was running Baltimore. So basically, if you want to do any business in Baltimore, sell this shit in Baltimore, you got to get the okay from Yakim, or you can't sell shit. So basically, they drove to DC. They was going to pick up the drugs, and then they was going to go to Baltimore from then, and then do whatever they had to do to offload the shit. He was going to actually leave Tenard, Washington, in Baltimore to deal the drugs. Now, just so we could be clear, Yakim and Tenard did not get along because Yakim didn't trust Tenard. Yakim told Jam Master Jay and another dude, when he see Tenard, he gonna shoot him, and he went to go get his gun. So that part. In any regard, Washington said that police went to his home. Oh, so in 2000, I got the date here. I wrote the date somewhere. But basically, the police had went to his home looking for the gun that killed Jam Master Jay. Right after the killing in 2003 or something like that. It could have been 2002, 2003. It was like they went to Tenard's home. Tenard wasn't there though. I don't know if he was locked up or whatever the fuck. But his mom's answered. Then Tenard sent back a message to the police that he got 240s at his house. So therefore he got an 80. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the guy. Then he said that during the interview, he was like he said that the investigators were sad because y'all haven't solved this case yet. Y'all guys are sad. I want to say something real quick. When you talk like that, it does make it seem like you are guilty. What do you mean they didn't solve the case yet? What do you know that they don't know? People all the time, right? And this is why you could do what you want with it. But people all the time do a couple of things when they're guilty of some kind of malfeasance. And one of the things they do because they try to act too smart for the situation. Because allegedly, this is a crime that he did. I mean, he's telling everybody that he did it, just so we could be clear. And then the police come to talk to him about it, and he laughs at them like, y'all guys haven't solved this yet. If that doesn't make you look guilty, I don't know what does. In any regard, prosecution stops with this witness. They move to the next guy. The defense comes up, Kelman. That prosecutor, by the way, was Mizurik. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know. I might be spelling it wrong. Anyway, Kelman comes up. Kelman is Washington's attorney. She says that they went to, basically, they had to go to Kentucky to do the interview because McQuarrie, whatever that prison is, because he was in federal prison at that time. So when they went and did the interview that I just told you about, Washington was already in federal prison. So I just want to be clear about this. Why, and this is probably why Yakim was, also trying to tell Jam Master Jay not to deal with the dude. And I keep trying to say this to y'all. Y'all be looking up to these niggas that keep going to jail. I need to know why. I need to know why y'all niggas is looking up to niggas that stay in jail. I just want to know why. I mean, when you look up to a nigga that keep getting away and he don't get busted, even though I might not agree with what that guy is doing, I can understand why you're looking up to him. He's doing all of the crimes. Police can't catch him. This dude is looping. I get it. He's looping the third. But when you are a dude that keeps going to jail, I need somebody to explain to me, just in whatever words, why that's somebody to look up to. And I'm not talking about the people that get caught one time and then they don't get caught no more, but they still might. I'm talking about the dudes that consistently are in and out of jail. I'm talking about them. I'm not talking about the guys that get caught once. They go do their time, they come out, they might get back in the crime, but they don't get caught anymore. I'm not talking about them. In any regard, then they said it was possible that he was making a joke, which it is possible he was making a joke when he said, when he made the comment. I might need a lawyer on this one, right? So it is a possibility he was making a joke, just so we can be clear. Guilty or not, innocent or not, it's a possibility that could have been a joke. In any regard, he said that he was concerned with the second part because Yakim did not like him. So Tenard told them he was concerned with the second part of the plan because the second part of the plan involved him selling the drugs in Baltimore. And he basically was like, I don't know how that would have went down. So when they went to his home, it was in 2002. The murder happened in 2002. And October 30th, 2002, we learned about it on Halloween. So basically, before the end of that year, they pulled up to his crib and looked for the gun. He said that he threw, oh, that got all knocked out. So a thing happened in court. I was gonna look in that box for a pin. I'm just gonna not say the thing. So I'm gonna say something that happened in court. So this judge has been terrific. Shout out to Judge Hall, the Honorable Darcy Hall. Shout out to her. She's been great the whole trial. So what had happened was somebody had and I was curious when this happened also. Somebody had objected and she didn't sustain it. But then after the fact, they went over it and she had it cut because it should have been sustained. I'm not going to tell y'all what it was. So another thing that Tenard told them was right after the Jam Master Jay situation, Tenard got shot at. I'm going to tell you a theory of mine. But we're going to go on for a moment. So he said, shortly after the Jam Master Jay got killed, Tenard got shot at. Tenard got shot at by, he said, Big D. Big D is Little D's pops, the dude he's on trial with. He said, during the interview, Washington said that Big D was shooting after him the day that said that Big D was shooting after him. So they tried to kill Tenard. The easy reason why they probably tried to kill Tenard, the easy reason is they figured he was going to talk. There's another thing that was said, and I'm just going to tell you what it is right now because it involves this. And so basically, allegedly, not even allegedly, Tenard had said, thank you, I was going to say that. Shout out to Fox. Why you fucking, I was going to do a whole lead up, my nigga. Thank you for, I was going to do a whole lead up, my nigga. I was going to do a whole lead up. Like I was doing a whole lead in, fam. I really do. I don't want to, thank you for the comment. Keep doing the comment. I put it on the screen so you see it. But I was going to do a whole lead up for that. Like there was a whole lead up, fam. There was a good 5 minutes of me rambling before I got to that point. I just want to be clear on this. Bam, that was about 5 minutes of rambling I was gonna do before I got to that point. All right, you asked me to cover this trial. Don't forget that part. And we're gonna be at the Trump trial in March. By the way, you asked me to cover this trial. Don't forget that part. All right, we're gonna be at the Trump trial in March. Please, nobody let me forget. It's March 25th. We're gonna be at the Trump trial in March. So I'll say this right now. And this is basically what we're talking about also at the moment, just so we can be clear. Tenard had said on a jail phone, talking to somebody, these niggas, I don't get it. Basically what he said was, who's going to talk first, him or the other guy? So he was talking to somebody and saying who was going to go snitch first, who was going to talk to the police first. He was talking to a guy and said, who's going to snitch first? On the jail phone. I don't get it. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I just don't get it. I don't get how people look up to these niggas that ain't got. He said it. He did it. Okay, it's a thing that happened, so I can't even say allegedly. How stupid was that? If anybody knows how stupid that was, put it into the chat. If anybody can figure out how stupid that was. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. In any regard. Kelman says no more questions. Now, Jordan's attorneys, one of Jordan's attorneys step up. There's a lot of attorneys on here. I got to tell you something about the attorneys too. I'll tell you between this witness that we're talking about and the next witness. So Mike Houston takes the stand. He's a black dude, by the way. I want to say this. I think all of the attorneys here are competent and good attorneys. I don't think any of these attorneys are bad attorneys. I do think there might have been too many cooks in the kitchen, and I'll discuss that in a minute. So he comes up. He says the NYPD cold case trial. Basically, his partner was Gary Harbor. He's asking him questions. He's like, yeah, when he picked up the case, it was an NYPD cold case trial. He said his partner at the time was some dude named Jerry Harbor. That was his partner. He said they was in the Eastern District. Pardon me. He said the agent that was helping was from the Eastern District, U.S. Attorney's Office. His name was Michael Cassidy, and there was an ATF agent named Justin Quinn, and that was it. And they did a team investigation. They all worked together. Right? There was only one witness today, by the way. I should have remembered that part. So there was a quick redirect, and said that they did not promise or threaten Washington to get him to talk. This nigga just talked. I need to explain this because y'all always talking about niggas is getting snitched on. Niggas is snitching on themselves, man. They admitted his interview that he had with the ATF agent, the two police officers, and the district attorney and the U.S. attorney's agent into evidence, because in that interview, he said things that helped them fucking close the case. Washington. Tonight. And that's when the judge came and said that all comments made by this witness concerning Lydia Hyde are to be stricken from the record. They wasn't supposed to bring her up. I'm just going to explain one thing real quick. I'm going to send y'all to a commercial break, and then I'm going to come right back. But I want to explain something real quick, and I need for you to understand this. You can't introduce an argument in court without actual evidence. So you know how you'll be talking to somebody and they try to deflect, and you'll be like, yo, something. And then they just start talking about some random other thing that don't got nothing to do with what you're talking about. They trying to deflect. You can't do that in court, fam. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all be out here hating niggas, and y'all be out here siding with liars. Y'all be out here hating good people and siding with liars. I'm just going to give you a real quick example, just 2 seconds. Please just humor me. So when I first moved to this community, I used to go outside all the time by myself and shoot hoops with nobody around. A couple of the parents that lived in the community saw me shooting hoops, and a couple of them came up to me and asked me, will I coach their kids? Some of them asked me, could I coach their grandkids? One of the people that's a part of the community board membership actually told me to put out pamphlets to tell people that I'm coaching their kids so I could get paid for it. She asked me how much would I charge. What I said to her was, because I'm not doing this at no regularity. I'm just going to be out here So whenever I'm out here, you could just send the kids and I'll shoot around with them and I help them, because they're kids. I'm not really playing hard. I'm just, trying to get their forms together a little bit, learn the game a little bit more, whatever the case is, right? So that some dude had the nerve to tell me, why am I in the park playing with kids? I had parents coming up to me saying, thank you very much. I had people coming up to me applauding my behavior, saying we haven't had anybody doing this in our neighborhood for, I think, a couple of years because some guy either moved or he passed away. So I had parents of children coming up to me, thanking me for being out there and helping to get their kids' games together and just being out there to be with the kids or whatever the case is. Now, mind you, I'm never going out there to go play with the kids. I'm just going out there, and if they pull up, that's how I learned. I learned how to play basketball from the OGs in the neighborhood. I didn't start playing basketball until I was about 13, 14, maybe 15 years old. I mean, I played bullshit, but I didn't know how to play. I didn't play. I wouldn't know how to play right now if it wasn't for the OGs that spent time to teach me. All I'm ever trying to do is pass that on. It's called community. The Bible says that we are a community, that it takes a village. So while I'm out there doing what God tells me to do, I literally had somebody say that there was something wrong with me because I was out there doing something that the kids' parents asked me to do. I want to be clear on this. So we're not living in a world with competent, intelligent people. A lot of these niggas is NPCs, fam. That being said, I'm going to send y'all to a commercial and I'll be right back. Oh, shit, I turned it off and then turned it back on. All right, so for everybody that don't know what's going on right now, we are covering the Jam Master Jay trial. And now we're going to get to the part where I tell you about some of the things that I think, if y'all don't mind. And I want to be clear about something. I have not been covering the trial on a daily basis. I got to give y'all different content. Don't get me confused. But I stopped covering the trial on a daily basis, like out here with y'all. And because there was at least one incident, and I'm not saying that this is what happened, but there's at least one incident. It happened more than once, but there's at least one incident where we talked about something on the show and then it wound up in court like the very next day. Like not even the very next day, it was the same day because we talked about it during lunchtime. So I am not here to condemn any of these men, and I'm also not here to exonerate any of these men. They pay for lawyers. Their lawyers is good. The state has attorneys. Those attorneys are good. So I'm not here to do any of those things. And I'm just really creative. And today somebody was like, yo, you should have been a lawyer. And I'm busy thinking to myself, you know what? They used to tell me that when I was a kid. And that's the only reason why I took law up for a very short time in school. Because when I was a kid, I kept hearing, you should be a lawyer. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to see what this is about. I'm just being honest with you, man. I prefer writing as a profession more than I like, or more than I think I would like. I don't know. I probably would love to debate in a fair environment. Like if I could do a debate in a fair environment where everything is equal, I would love to do that. So I would probably love to be a lawyer, not for nothing. I just don't like debating people because the environment generally isn't always fair. Like when the dude today had the nerve to say, "What are you doing out there playing with kids?" And I'm busy thinking to myself, well, I didn't even want to play with none of the kids. I'm just at the park and their parents was like, would you mind? I don't even know how I'm wrong for that, to be honest with you. I have no, like, could somebody explain to me how I'm wrong for that? Nah, anyway, people crazy. So I want to say something real quick. So I want to go back to what Fox says. So yeah, I believe that the reason why they shot at Tenard is because Tenard dragged that boy, and I'm calling him a boy. And the reason why I'm calling him a boy is because whenever you, as an individual, go do anybody else's fucking dirty work, you are a fucking boy. Let's be clear on that. Men don't do other people dirty work, fam. All right? Are you somebody's shooter? Are you getting paid? Because if you're not getting paid, you shouldn't be nobody's shooter. First of all, you shouldn't be nobody's shooter. But if you're not getting paid, you shouldn't be nobody's shooter. If you out here shooting for a broke nigga, you out here shooting niggas for a nigga that's sleeping on somebody else's couch? Now, I'm not knocking niggas sleeping on nobody's couch. I slept on a couch or two in my day, or 3 or 4. What I'm saying is, how are you a shooter for a nigga that he's sleeping on the next nigga couch? Explain that to me. So I'm not saying that they did this crime and they did this crime together. In reality, Washington said that. Just so we could be clear. What I'm saying is, how in the hell are you a shooter for a nigga that can't pay you? Put it in the chat because I would love to know the answer for that. Y'all niggas is out here being shooters for. Hold on, I'm gonna put this for everybody that's on the YouTube side. I'm about to put up a questionnaire. I'm about to put up a poll for everybody on the YouTube side. What the fuck, man? Everybody on the YouTube side, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna put a question up. I'm curious. I wish these keys don't like them. I mean, I didn't miss anything. I typed everything right so far, but these keys don't light up. Would you be a or someone? I'm only putting 2. I'll put the just want to see this. I ain't gonna. So the question is, would you be a shooter for someone that is broke and can't pay you? I'm curious. I'm going to tell you who I blame. I don't blame anybody, but I'm going to say something. Right? Why don't y'all want y'all kids, like I don't care how old they are, how young they are, whatever, but why don't y'all want them to have friends that don't want to go to jail? Why don't y'all want them to have friends that rather read a book? Why don't y'all want them to have friends that rather avoid violence? I need to understand this. I need to understand why it's macho to die or to kill somebody, but it's not macho to gain intelligence. It's not macho to read a book. It's not macho to get smarter. I'm just curious. Now, once again, I don't know if any of these guys is guilty of anything. I'm not accusing any of these guys of being guilty of anything. Washington's own statements allude to them quite possibly being guilty. Washington told multiple sources. I got some more. Let's go check out this. This is from yesterday. I forgot the book and shit, so I had to write down on some papers. So yesterday, this is paperwork from yesterday. Let me flip it over the easy way. I need to understand this. This does not mean I love our people, fam. I know I be hard on our people a lot of time when I talk. I know I do. But that's because when you say not shit nice to our people, don't nobody listen. When you say shit nice to our people, don't nobody listen. They don't listen. When you say to our people the nice way, you soft, you a pussy, you a sucker. Like they got some people trying to like start random fights with me in the street right now. No, nigga, I'm just calling the police. I'm not dealing with you. All right? Whatever you got going on in your life that makes you mad at me ain't my responsibility. It's the police's responsibility. I'm going to let you deal with that. So William Marshall took the stand. For everybody that don't know, William Marshall's nickname is Doc. He's BMF. He was BMF. He is not anymore. He literally said that he stopped being a BMF member October 5th at 5:45 a.m. You want to know how come he knows? When is the exact time he stopped being a BMF member? That's when he got arrested. October 5th. I did not write the year. Did he say the year? Oh, no. October in 05, pardon me. There's a date. I don't think I wrote the year. Point being is, he knew the time. 5:45 a.m. He was arrested. He did 5 years. He said that's when he stopped being a BMF member. So it sounds like he was ready to snitch the minute they caught him. Anyway, he's also cooperated in other cases, just so we can be clear. This William Marshall guy that goes by the name of Doc, he's also been cooperating in other cases, just so we can be clear. He had homes in Atlanta. He said that he was talking about Terry Flannery. For everybody that don't know, that's Unc, Southwest T. He was talking about him. He said that him, not Terry Flannery, but he himself ran a car dealership out of Atlanta. He said that he created paperwork to help people get cars for cash. What had happened was, remember, one of the big things that people talk about the Black Mafia family is how they used to put the drugs in the car and then drive the shit up to 95, right? That's one of the big things about them, right? They was distributing up to 95. Guess where they got the cars from? I'm assuming that it was Doc. So what had happened was, just so we can be clear, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Doc. He says that he got him a couple of cars for cash and other associates. But the cars had got taken back from them. And when the cars had got taken back from them, they paid out for the cars. The cars are not supposed to be taken. The cars got taken back from them. And because that happened, he now owed them $2 million. He doesn't have $2 million. So therefore, he started dealing drugs. He started working with BMS also concerning guns and drugs because of the $2 million that he owed. He said that he got taken back and he owed Terry how he got in the drug game, because he owed Terry Flannery, and that's the whole reason why he got in the drug game. He said that they gave him 10 keys on the arm in consignment, and he moved them in 48 hours. Then they told him that he had another buyer. When he moved it 48 hours, he pulled up on him. He said, "Joe, I got another buyer. I need 30 more." So they like, wow, this guy, he's doing all of the things. Then he started to receive somewhere near 20 to 30 keys a week. That's what they said. Then they showed him a whole bunch of pictures of, they showed evidence 540, Exhibit 540, Exhibit 548, Exhibit 549, Exhibit 550, and Exhibit 551. And these were just basically all photos of Terry Flannery at different places and with different people. They then also showed Exhibit 552, which is also Terry Flannery. And they also made the point that he had wanted to get involved in music. And I think the reason why they made this point is because they're trying to also make more of a connection between him and Jam Master Jay, or why they would be in association with one another, I'm guessing. For everybody that don't know, and this is just something that I want to tell you, y'all do know that Big Meech was trying to make it so that rappers get paid right for their record deals, right? I'm going to say this again for everybody that don't know, because y'all wonder why that nigga got locked up and he's in jail. Y'all do know that Big Meech was trying to get rappers deals, good deals. You think they wanted a nigga like Big Meech in the fucking hip hop game, fam? Anyway, then Jordan, I'm trying to remember, Jordan attorney DeMarco, he, you know, now he's coming at the witness once again. This witness is Doc, or William Doc Marshall. He used to be a part of BMF March. All right, hold on, forget that part. So they go over him. They said Terry Nick's name was Southwest T and Unk, right? Because we talked about Unk a lot in this trial. Terry's nickname, Terry Flannery's nickname was Southwest T and Unk. They said that the organization was the community, because they was trying to get him to say, aren't there a lot of people with the name Unk? Isn't Unk a pretty, synonymous name? And I mean, a pretty normal name in the hood. So dude was like, how you get Unk? You know, when you just got the guy that got a lot of respect, niggas call him Unk. So he was like, so is there a lot of Unks out there? So they could try to make it so there's like, maybe they was talking about a different Unk. Then he let it know, no, that was the only Unk that was around us. There was no other. There was no other Unk that we knew. That's the only Unk that we knew. That's what he was saying. So he was stayed on that. He said that he was called Unk because that's what you call people you look up to. He said no other people use that name. He said Unk's common nickname outside of our organization, but inside of our organization, no, he was Unk. He says that he never sold drugs in Baltimore or DC. He says that he never met Jam Master Jay. He does not know Jam Master Jay's real name is Jason Mizell. Also, he didn't even know what his real name was. So no, he's never met him. This is not that. He says he never saw photos with Jason Mizell and Unk or others. So he's never seen those photos. He doesn't know anything about any of that. Washington's attorney had no questions for him. Then they had another person come out. I'm sending y'all to a real quick commercial break. I need to do something real quick. I'll be right back. I wish I would have got the commercial set up before I said that I was going to go to a commercial break. We're going to not make that mistake again next time. We'll be right back.
Made a meal before the rich eat, no lacking, bitch, I'm sitchy like my bitch is yellow bone, ass fat, yeah, I'm picky, I'm the type to hit a bitch from the back like she Ricky, get her hair done, just to get some top, now it's frizzy, when I'm done, I just bust all on her face, left her sticky, flood the whole hood with work, shit, now everybody busy, when I make it, whole hood coming, everybody with me, I'm the type to pop out with that stick, like you watching Disney, put 2 O's in both sides of his V, now he drizzy, I be deep down in my feelings, like who really rocking with me, yeah, my trap booming, bitch, I got more 3-5s than Griffies, yeah, them purse real, give it 5 minutes, you be itching, man, I hate these hoes, all of them some bougie broke bitches, living rich records, bitch, we some cutthroat niggas, wanna be the game, gotta catch a body, no snitching, when I caught that case, it was just me, no code of fitness, how I change up, been acting like I don't know niggas, switching lanes up, no, this ain't that S550, switch my name up, yeah, but I'm the same old nigga. Plain Jane's cool, yeah, but I like diamonds on my wrist. Long live Stacks, still can't believe he independent. Long live Hat, niggas know he shot Stacks. Killer, that's that get back. Every time we spend our ops block, they heard that shit clap. Everybody kick like 4Ks, that's a Kit Kat. Bitch, I dropped a mint on the grill, that's a Tic Tac. I be fresh as fuck, all designer, but it's mismatch. Tap in, I'm taxing for the sauce, yeah, I got that. Bitch, don't ask me what I'm smoking on, cause it's that iPad. Bullet got no name, but them shits hitting who I shot at. Know his name ain't T.I., but we left that nigga top back. Got them all waiting for the tape, they like drop that. When I'm in the A, they know my shit, I gotta pop that. Thinking I can't fuck your bitch, nigga, boy, stop that. Yeah, bitch, I'm Bugatti, you getting dropped if you not that. 731, I'm on the north side, where we my back. Ops say they gon' slide, but they just talking like a podcast. Fuck that yapping, drop the low, we pull up where they drop that. Left a wet sign on they block, the way the game can't go and mock that.
All right, so they had another witness come up. Stephen, this is yesterday, by the way. Stephen James Rogers. He's an associate with the Federal's Ammunition. I don't really need to tell you about this, guys. He was just a ballistics expert, real old guy. He had got retired and stuff like that. He was just a ballistics expert. He was just talking about the firearm and the bullets or whatever the case is. And I guess this is just so they can make sure that they put the gun in his hand and the bullets in his hand and things as such. That there's no reason to really listen to that guy's testimony at this point. Unless you just want to know about bullets. He was really informative on that. I learned a lot about bullets. That's all I can say. Learned a lot about bullets, fam. So the next witness after that was George Cass. He's a forensic ammunition guy also. Once again, for our purposes, there's no reason for us to go over this particular information. But when I make the video or whatever I make or whatever, you know, if we do the thing, it'll be in there. It's going to be really interesting. But for our purposes right now, it's not necessary. That's another reason why I think so the jury. Oh, shoot. I'm boiling some water for coffee. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm seeing y'all to another quick commercial break. I'm getting coffee, fams. And I'm getting my coffees. It's over there. It's ready. So we need 1 more second. I'm going to come right back. We're doing all of the things. I'm going to bring you up. The last track that we played, by the way, Rich Baby. This track right here, Big Malo, the M-A-L-O. And the name of this song, NFL. Yeah. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yo. No fake love, no fake love. 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 No. So don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. Give me my roses while I'm here. No fake love accepted, homie. If it's all real, make it clear. No, don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. After hating on me all year. No fake love accepted, brody. No, not over here. No fake love, no fake love. No fake real, recognize real. So many fakes and phonies amongst family members, lovers, and homies. They be right by your side for the ride when you're up. Soon as you slip, you end up lonely. Can't tell your friends from your enemies. So many frenemies with two-faced tendencies. Wanna see you doing good, but never better than them. They melt on you when you get more cheddar than them. No fake love, no fake love. So don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. Give me my roses while I'm here. No fake love accepted, homie. If it's all real, make it clear. No, don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. After hating on me all year. No fake love accepted.
fake love, no fake love. No fake love, no fake love. Smile in my face and kick it with my ops. Cause deep in your heart you wanna see me in the box. And you know it's real niggas that'll rock off top. That bulletproof love don't stop. I represent the cream of the crop. They watching, they jock. Still don't wanna give me my props. So they scheme and they plot on my downfall. And even through all that, I still stand tall. No fake love. So don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. Give me my roses while I'm here. No fake love accepted, homie. If it's all real, make it clear. No, don't be crying at my funeral, nigga. After hating on me all year. No fake love accepted, brody. No, not over here. No fake love, no fake love. No fake love, no fake love.
God, told you I got him. Man, it's love, it's all love. Yeah, you got that for me? It's love. Appreciate you.
All right, we back. The next. See, this is all for the gunshot residue. This is not for me to tell y'all about now. So they had another guy come on, and he basically talked about the gunshot residue. This is not for conversation right now. I want to be clear about this. This isn't even what y'all want to hear. Believe me, I was in court. So this is what I wanted to tell y'all about that happened the other day. This has had to do with the Marriott Hotel, and it has to deal with it's important. So basically, first there was a stipulation. There's been a lot of stipulations. I haven't been necessarily telling y'all about all the stipulations for reasons. So there was a stipulation that all parties agreed that the cell phone belonging to Jason Mizell is his phone. So there's some stuff that was on Jam Master Jay's cell phone, and they just all agree that it's his cell phone. Basically, we're not going to argue that point. It's his cell phone. Oh, okay, gotcha. So then they showed Exhibit 606. That was a bank statement for a business card. Basically, in 2002, August 2002, there was a bank statement of a transfer put JMJ in Baltimore. So they know that he was in Baltimore because he used his credit card. The bank records for August 3rd, 2002 was for a hotel in the same area in Delaware. So that's how come they know he was in Delaware. There was a deposit August 5th of $2,200 and change into his account, just so we can be clear. So August 2nd, he was in Baltimore. August 3rd, he was in Delaware. August 5th, he got a $22,000 deposit to his account. August 5th, 8th, 9th, those were the bank statements that were involved in this. So it basically says that on October 29th, 2002, also, this is further, he used his bank card at the Courtyard by Marriott. Then this is why they wanted to introduce his phone. Then they used the calendar from his phone to ascertain what was going on. There was an asterisk by the word Milwaukee on his calendar date for October 28th. So now one of the things that had happened was he had been in transit going back and forth from Milwaukee to what, because he had business also in Milwaukee, because there was a drug shit going on over there also, or he was a person. They didn't really talk about it much. I would have to go through all of the papers to be able to get it in the appropriate context for me to be able to say it here and not be just throwing out shit that's wrong. We're not doing that at the moment because this is not pertinent to what we're talking about. But basically, his cell phone put him at locations. This is another reason why they wanted to put a cell phone in there. All right. Remember, they could triangulate and all types of other shit. Well, I don't know if they could do that back then. This is 2002 we're talking about. Also, I don't know what the policy was back then, but starting in like, I think 2011, 2012, something like that, they started, because you know, some carriers keep your data longer than others and then they erase it. So you got some carriers, and I think AT&T was the carrier that they keep your data for like 7-8 years. So if the police need your data from like 3 years ago, where you was at, what you was doing, if your cell phone was there, they could tell the police right where you were, what you was doing, where you was moving, everything. All right, shout out to Fox. He says the feds did have all that back then. All right, I wasn't certain. Appreciate you, my brother. Always happy to have you up in here. So they did have that back then. So once again, that's why I assume Fox's state just getting on the technology. Once again, can you put all that in one sentence next time? Because that would have been really good if I could have just put all of that up on the screen at the same time. So my hunch was correct. Twice. Shout out to Fox 5. Fox, how often are my hunches correct, by the way, as far as you can tell? I'm just curious. When I come up here and I be giving a hunch out, how often have you seen me at least almost in the right direction? I'm just curious. So there was also Exhibit 608 was also a tour calendar for Rusty Waters. That was a group that he was putting out there 75% of the time. Those we talking about my hunches, fam. Appreciate you, Fox. Boom. We talking about my hunches, fam. They're gonna tell you I'm crazy. I might be on to something. Shit. I'm gonna say it like this. If this was baseball, I'd be in the Hall of Fame. If this was basketball and that was field goal percentages, I'd be in the Hall of Fame. Imagine a basketball player hitting 75% of their shot. Be in the Hall of fucking Fame. Imagine a baseball player whose batting average is 750. Damn, am I lying? I'd be in the Hall of Fame. Am I lying? These are facts. That's his estimation, by the way. It could be higher, it could be lower. So Jordan's team didn't want to question him. They said no questions. Kelman came up there. She asked the question. And then I'm going to say this much. I'm going to stop everything real quick. And I want to say this. I'm pretty sure all of the attorneys involved in this case are incredible. All right. I see glimmers of brilliance from every attorney that I've seen speak, with the exception of one, but I'm not going to say their names. But I see glimmers of genius every single time I see them speak. Our Instagram got disconnected because it's the hour, right? So I could re-add these guys back. Give me 1 second. I need to re-add something real quick. So I'm going to send y'all to a commercial break, and then we're going to come back and have this conversation. Give me 1 second. I need to reset the other thing back up. So I want to say something real quick. So I've seen glimmers of, and yes, you see me shoot. That why do you think the parents around here was asking me to help train their kids? You just see me shoot, fam. This is not cap. I don't got a cap. That just see me shoot. This is why the parents was asking me to help their kids. This is why the parents was like, okay with me training their kids. You see me shoot. I could play. For real. With that being said, I want to be clear about something. There's been glimmers of genius from basically all sides. There's just one attorney that I haven't seen glimmers of genius from, and that could just be because I haven't seen much out of him. The person didn't really do that much. They didn't do enough to be able to be. It's like the guy that he just gets off of the bench for like 2-3 minutes, to make that the other guy get a rest, and then the other guy, Jordan, comes back in the game. So I'm going to say that to say all this. Especially early on, and this is why I stopped doing the show. This is why I'm telling you right now why I stopped doing the midday lives. Especially early on, they didn't seem like they were cohesive. It didn't seem like they were working together. I don't know how to say it. It's like what you would expect when you have two different defendants in the trial. I can't say like what you expect because it seemed like the attorneys were on different pages. It just looked like there was too many cooks in the kitchen. That's all I could say. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. It looked like there was just too many cooks in the kitchen, fam. So I'm watching the trial, and I thought that I was going to be bashing these guys. So that's one of the reasons why I was like, I don't want to do the show if I can't be honest. And I also don't want to do the show if I have to go up here and I don't have nice things to say about these people who are working hard. All right. But it looked like they just wasn't on the same page. It looked like one side didn't necessarily agree with what the other side was doing. And if you paid attention to their body language like I did, you can see which attorneys weren't necessarily feeling. I'll tell you later, but one side, when all the trial is over, I'll tell you, but one side 100% was not feeling what the other attorneys were doing. And it does look like one team in particular, and especially early in the trial, was trying to throw the other team under the bus. They had some shit that was going on early in the trial that looked like one team was literally like, that nigga did it. I was like that. Like, it was bad. And then we did some shows, and then they went into the court and parroted something that I said. Literally. And then, I don't know how else to say this. Also, two people could have the same idea, just so we could be clear. So two people could have the same idea. I wouldn't be surprised if the thing that I'm thinking that they parroted from me, somebody already on their team had said that this is the way that we should go, and somebody else probably shot them down. So they probably already had the idea. I just want to be clear about this. Because the thing that I said, I think was like ABC 1, 2, 3. You understand? So I didn't say anything revolutionary. I may tell y'all what it was later when we talk about it. But I didn't say anything revolutionary. I didn't say anything super intelligent. I didn't say anything out of the box. I basically just, this is the way court's done, but they're doing it that way. It doesn't make sense. And then they went straight into court after that midday live and corrected. That's the best way that I could put it. So in order for them to correct that quickly, I just think that it already had to have been on somebody already had to have been working on it. So that's one of the reasons why I believe that the two parties wasn't on the same page. They just wasn't on the same page, man. I don't know what to tell you. And just so we could be clear, one of the reasons why they probably weren't on the same page is if you hire, and this is not me knocking nobody, because I'm going to say it like this. If I'm watching the trial and I think that the lawyers ain't doing a good job, I'm going to tell them about themselves. That's my family member over there on trial. That's somebody I love over there on trial, and I want them to come home. I don't care if they're guilty or not. I want them to come home, right? And I don't think that the lawyers is doing enough. I'm going to yell at the lawyers. I think that that's what was happening. I think that the people, out of the love that they have for their family members and friends that's on trial, could have been leaning on the lawyers to do more. So because they was doing that, one of the things that they did early in the trial, but they 100% stopped doing it after I mentioned it, is that they were asking so many unnecessary questions. Like they were digging themselves into a hole. Like there was at least 2 times okay, so we'll talk about this at some point, but there was during the pre-trial hearings, they were able to get some shit removed that's real big evidence against their own client. And then for whatever the reason is, they decided they wanted to bring the shit up in court. What the hell are you doing? The judge had to stop everything. Tell the fucking jury to leave and be like, yo, look, you fought to not have that in evidence. Why in the hell would you be asking this guy on the stand about it? I need to understand and know this. Then you see the attorneys all looking at each other dumbfounded. Y'all all know that y'all fought to make it so that evidence is inadmissible. So that evidence was not admitted. You fought for this. Why would you then introduce the evidence in the trial? I don't get it. Anyway, so that happened more than once. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm thinking one team wanted it out and the other team wanted it in. That's all I could figure. I don't get it. I don't know. You had to be there. It was bananas, fam. It just didn't make any sense. Let me organize these back. It was bananas. It didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Sometimes people just do shit, fam, and you don't know why they're doing it. There's no idea. Shout out to Gaddy Schloot. Sometimes people are doing shit, you don't know what they're doing. You just don't know why they're doing it. And that's why I keep trying to tell y'all, stay away from them niggas that don't know nothing. Stay away from the niggas that don't know nothing. Like, you got to know something. You don't got to know what I know, but you got to know something. All right? You don't got to know what I know. I know what I know. I don't need you to know what I know, but you got to know something. Can you know something? Anything. Anything? Can you know anything? Sheesh. Bananas. In any regard, anybody have any questions? I'm going to tell you about the poll in 2 seconds. Is there any questions anybody want to ask me about this particular situation, about this trial? Any questions? We're going to stay live for a little while longer. Any questions y'all guys want to ask me about the trial? And I'll open up conversation for other things also. We don't only got to talk about the trial. I'll open up conversation for other things. We had 20 people that voted. It said, would you be a shooter for someone that is broke and can't pay? 20 people voted. 10%, so 2 people, said yes, they would. 60% said no, and 30% just wanted to see it. So I need for y'all to understand what is the theory of what happened. This is a theory. I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm saying that this is a theory. Tenard is the one that wanted Jam Master Jay gone. And he got the other nigga to do it. Stop being around people that always got something negative to say about another nigga. I promise you, successful people don't hang around those people. Am I lying? Anybody in here want to comment on that? Am I telling the truth? Successful people don't hang around niggas that's always talking shit about other niggas all the time. They don't. I know you think that they do, but they don't. They literally don't. Stop hanging around niggas that's always trying to feed you negative energy about another person. And this is coming from an individual who this is coming from an individual right now who's currently being stalked by a whole entire community over a lie that somebody else said. Just so we can be clear. I'm being stalked by damn near the entirety of Coney Island because somebody just told a lie somewhere. And for whatever reason, they believe the person, even though I don't go nowhere, I don't talk to nobody, and I stay to myself. Coney Island is the worst place to live. I'm not catfish. So I want to be clear about this. Little D's father, if you want to listen to what Tenard says and some other people who are in the know, tried to kill Tenard after the Jam Master Jay situation. Because he took his son, allegedly, and sent his son to go kill another nigga. His own godfather. Pardon me, Lil D is the godson of Jam Master Jay. Jam Master Jay takes care of, he's the head of his little village. He's taking care of everybody. When you kill Jam Master Jay, whoever did it, kill Jam Master Jay, you know how many lifelines you cut off? You know how many people he was feeding? He was feeding so many people, he was $250,000 in debt. So this man is going into debt feeding people and you go kill him? Whoever did it. You killed the man that when you need something, all you had to do was hit the nigga up and he gonna try to look out for you. You killed the man that's sitting around a large percentage, a good percentage of his time trying to figure out how to make more money, not for himself, but so that he could feed his niggas. You killed that guy? I need somebody to explain this to me. I just need somebody to explain this to me. I need to know why and how this makes sense. There's a reason why I would never get into the drug game at any level, right? So I'll buy weed. It's the only thing I use. I buy weed. But I would never deal any drug of any kind at any level. All right? When I was in high school, I tried the selling weed thing, right? But I'm going to tell you why I didn't. And I'm happy that it happened this way. You know, these niggas gave us trays and told us to go to school and sell them as nicks. You know how hard it was to move a tray for $5? Y'all remember what trays look like, right? Niggas gave us tray bags, and I'm not really a drug dealer, nigga. I sold a couple of bags, but I'm not really a drug dealer. That shit didn't even feel comfortable. Not something I would do. Just so we could be clear. So this nigga literally went in debt. You know, some of that's on himself too. He has his own bills. But he's taking care of everything and everybody around him. He had a team. So I'm going to tell you something that happened to me real quick. So, and that happened to me while we here at the BBN. So there was an individual. I'm not going to say their name. It is what it is. It happened a couple of times. They come and they befriend me so they could befriend the people who are friends with me and get those people to stop fucking with me. So they pretend like they're cool. This is why I don't really fuck with nobody. So they pretend like they cool with me so they can get to know the people I'm around. And then when they get to know the people I'm around, then they try to turn those people on me. And it worked in quite a few cases. A lot of cases it worked. In quite a few cases it did not. But it worked in quite a few cases. And these people think that it's funny. Now, I want to be clear on this, and this is why it has something to do with the same thing Jam Master Jay was doing. Do you know absolutely all of these people, 100% of these people, I was just trying to figure out ways to get them work. I was inviting niggas to photo shoots to get them work. I was inviting them to where the rappers and everybody is at and introducing them to people like this so they could get work. Anyway, I need a second. Be right back. I'm gonna go to a quick commercial break. I need to do more commercial breaks, by the way, y'all. So that's why I'm just trying to do a commercial break every couple of minutes. Be right back. We need a commercial break.
Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Fair enough.
All right. Oh, I came back right in time. I didn't even know that shit was ready. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it into the chat. At this point, we have the hour and 1 minute. We have the hour and 30-minute mark. Anything else? I was gonna send y'all to a real quick another commercial like this right here. Hold on, this is gonna be super quick. I want to say something real quick. So earlier in the live, I was telling you about I got shot at, right? So I was talking to some dude and I was like, you know, I got shot at before. So the nigga said, how could you be a good person if you got shot at? First of all, nigga, you know how many good people got killed? You act like good people don't get shot. What the fuck is you talking about? Did y'all hear about what happened at the Kansas City Chiefs parade. Some lady just got shot. Some DJ lady got shot by some madman. So she has to be a bad person because she got shot. Hold on. So remember all of those kids that the situations happen at those mass things that happen in the school? So those kids deserved it too, right? I'm not talking about the ones that got hit because we're not doing that. I'm talking about the ones that just got shot at and survived. So they deserved it too, right? Do you understand how stupid that is? I got shot at when I was 16 or 17, so that means that I'm a bad person now. Do you understand how insane that is? I got shot at when I was 16, 17, a couple of times in my 20s, so that means that I'm a bad person now. When a person hates you, they just make up any old thing that they could think of. They just make up any old thing. Any old thing. Any old thing. Just so we can be clear. Because I got shot at when I was 16 and 17 years old, that means that for the rest of my life, I have to be a bad person. Also, might I add you, all of the times that I got shot at, I was getting shot at because of the people I was with the exception of that one time when I tried to holler at some niggas' girls. With the exception of that time, I wasn't even the one they were shooting at. I was just with the people getting shot at. So I gotta be, do you understand? That's what I mean. Don't come to Coney Island, man. Niggas' logic don't make no sense. The shit don't make no sense, fam. Don't come out here. Don't make no sense. They say the stupidest shit with the straightest face. I have no other way to explain it. And you just be sitting there. They say the stupidest shit with the straightest face. Like they say, I can't even explain to you how stupid. Like, I be talking to people with the straightest face. Like you really believe, like, I don't know, fuck it. Just move on. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Anything that you want to ask me about this particular trial, put it in the chat. Just the straightest face. That's why I tell you, I'm going to get killed out here. I promise you. I promise you, fam. I'm going to get killed out here. I promise you. They trying to send me to jail now by having homeless people attack me every day. I get attacked every day by homeless people. Every day. Every day. I get attacked by homeless people. I can't show y'all because the lawyer told me not to show nobody. So I'm not showing y'all no more. The lawyer said not to show y'all. So I'm doing something else with the footage. The lawyer told me to do it. So but every day I get attacked by homeless people in Coney Island. Every day. Every day. I'm not getting hurt. They're just trying to, you know, every day. I don't think I've ever seen anywhere. There's the only place I've ever seen that got as many homeless people and dope fiends and drug addicts is 42nd Street. Not even lying to you. Over there in that area, I've never seen no concentration of homeless people and drug addicts like I do in Coney Island other than 42nd Street. So if you've ever been down there, imagine that, but with less normal people. But the same amount of dope fiends and drug addicts and homeless people. But less normal people. Coney Island. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Whew. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. And I just want to be clear about this. The reason why I tell y'all about how terrible it is out here is because I don't want no one to not know and then come out here. And it's not bad like it's tough, it's a rough neighborhood. It's not bad like that. It's bad like the government don't care about the place. It's bad like the politicians don't care about the place. It's bad like that. Like they just don't have no resources. You know, the people don't care. You know, some care, but most don't. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some good people out here. Let's not get it confused. There's good people everywhere. But some care, but most don't. You understand what I'm saying? It's like that. It's bad. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. I think the mayor should take interest in this place. Not for nothing. If I ever get in a room with that nigga, which is actually quite possible, if I ever get in a room with that nigga, I promise you, I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck y'all don't care about Coney Island for? I got mad footage. I'm just gonna start showing the nigga all the footage. let me get in the room. I speak to politicians a lot. Let me get in the room. Next time I get in the room with a politician, oh man, you can't be serious. I'm gonna be like, yo, why don't y'all care about Coney Island, fam? Like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna let them know Coney Island is probably one of the biggest drug infested places there is. It's terrible. It's one thing when there's just a lot of drugs in a place. It's another thing when the drugs in a place is so bad that the dope fiends is just outside harassing people. That's just a whole nother level. I guess that's the biggest difference between the dope fiends in Times Square and the dope fiends that live out here. The dope fiends in Times Square, they just trying to get their fiend on. The dope fiends out here, they're so bad that the police should get the drugs off the street. That's the only way I could put it. That's how bad it is. Like it's so bad that you have to start saying they gotta do something about the drugs around here. It's that bad. You gotta do something about the drugs around here. You gotta do something. It's that bad. Remember, I'm the dude that told y'all that the number one way to keep the police away is to keep the violence down. The police really only pulling up when the violence go crazy. That's it. You understand? Like they'll let you do whatever you. Because remember, the police job is to keep the peace. The police job isn't to arrest you; it's to keep the peace. So, and we've had multiple conversations about this. Where I tell you, the issue that I have, or I don't really have an issue with the drug dealing. You selling to people who want the drugs. Fuck it. It is what it is. That's their life. The problem persists when that brings down the community. You understand? That's when the problem persists. And I think a big issue that they have out here is there's a lot of projects and there's just a high concentration of people and there's not a there's no jobs. But there's a high concentration of people. You understand? Like it's engineered to create poverty. Because remember, there's still only but so much resources that's going to come to the area. But now, instead of, I don't know, 100,000 people living in, I'm never going to go that high. So now instead of 60,000 people living somewhere, you got 150,000 people living somewhere. And the monies that's allotted to be able to take care of the area only is enough to support 60,000 people. But you got 150,000 people living there. Got 1 million people living there, but the monies is only for a small portion. So therefore, what are you gonna do? You know how many people getting left behind? That's how the people get left behind, fam. Like let's stop for a second. I'm not even gonna talk about Coney Island. I'm just gonna talk about just regular places in general. Y'all know what Cabrini Green is, right? Everybody know Good Times? Good times, every time I be you, baby. That song and shit. Know that TV show? So Good Times actually was located in Cabrini Green. That is literally like the worst project ever in the history of projects. One of the worst projects ever in the history of projects. It was in Chicago. So what happened was they destroyed Cabrini Green. The police couldn't even go in there. That's how bad it was. So they destroyed Cabrini Green and they moved all the people that lived in there all around Chicago. And that's one of the reasons why they believe that the violence in Chicago is so bad. But obviously, if the police couldn't go into Cabrini Green, the violence was bad anyway. But what you did was you dispersed the violence amongst the whole entire community. Now it's not concentrated in one area, right? That makes it a little bit harder to control, right? So when you do something like that, but you don't add resources, what you do is you create a situation where everybody is fighting over a small amount of resources. When you do something like that and there's not enough jobs to go around, or you do something like that and there's not enough jobs that people can do to go around. Because remember, not everybody is graduating from high school. Not everybody is going to get associates or a bachelor's degree. So, not everybody's going to college. Not everybody's getting a higher education. Not everybody, forget education. Not everybody knows a trade. Go get a trade. You don't need to go to college. You can just get a trade. We need electricians. That's a good paying job, right? You can go get a trade. So I'm not going to hold on to that too long. I just want to move on to the next point. So they dispersed these people around the community, and there wasn't anything, how do you say, to allow for these people to be able to survive. So what do you think happens the next generation? This next generation of kids are raised by people that had depression. The next generation of kids is raised off of struggle instead of love. Then they raise their kids off of struggle instead of love. Then they raise their kids off of struggle instead of love. Now you got 3 generations that don't even know love. They only know struggle. Three generations don't even know love. All they know is struggle. That's all they know. Struggle. That's this. It's like the people don't know anything except for struggle. So whenever I have a conversation with somebody, all they're trying to do is figure out what I'm saying wrong. I'm not saying anything wrong. I think that's a big problem in our community all over the world, all over America. I'm not really concerned with what's happening outside of America right now, but so much. But all over America, that's one of our biggest issues. We're about to get phased out. I'm going to tell you what's about to happen to the people in Coney Island, and they don't even know it. The government is about to come. It's not going to be this year, but you give it about a year and a half, right? And this is definitely going to happen if Trump don't get back into office, because this is not just going to happen in Coney Island, but it's going to happen in a lot of places. But it's going to happen to places that's doing the worst first. They're going to come and they're going to find reasons to move y'all out of y'all homes. And they're going to move migrants in. Because guess where you live at? Public housing. You live in NYCHA. I'm not knocking anybody that lived in NYCHA. I used to live in NYCHA for a little while. They're going to remove y'all from NYCHA. And they're going to give those to migrants. But they're not stupid. They have to do this in mass. Because if you move 2 migrants into the building, 2 houses, the community is going to be against those people. So they're not going to do it 1, 2 apartments at a time. They're going to do it 20, 30, 40, 50 apartments at a time, 100 apartments at a time. They're going to be moving y'all out for all types of different reasons. And for everybody that said that I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm crazy, you do know the law that Nancy Hochul just signed in the law, right? But they can literally, oh shoot, it's nighttime now. They can literally just pull up to your crib. I know people are going to say I'm lying, but it's a thing that passed. So I don't know what to tell you. You just, no matter what I say, you're going to say I'm lying. So they're going to pull up to your crib, right? There's a law that was just passed where the government could literally just pull up to your crib and say, we consider you a health hazard, and take you and put you in wherever they want to for however long they want to. So who you think they're going to do that to first? I'm out here making friends with federal agents. I don't know what anybody else is doing. I'm out here making friends with people in the federal office buildings. I don't know what anybody else is doing. But what do you think is going to happen? Give me an honest answer. They're going to see you. They're going to see, because, you know, they're monitoring everything. Your kids, you raising kids that aren't going to be a part of what they're doing next. Y'all niggas is going to be the first people to go. Y'all going to go before the people that don't got no kids. I'm explaining this. Now, for anybody that wondering why I'm saying what I'm saying, just go through history, fam. Or you could just, and I'm not just talking about American history. I'm just talking about just global history. When they start removing the people from where they're at. Just go through history, fam. The first people that they remove is the people that they have no use for in the future. All your kids could do is be nuisances. You don't see what they're doing right now in the news? They're pointing out how bad the kids are in the news every 5 minutes. Got to do something about these teenagers. They're talking about this constantly in the news, man. Got to do something about these teenagers. These teenagers are just different. Yeah, they're different. I can tell you why they're different right now. Because people that were born after the 2000s, they don't have the same level of survival in their hearts or purpose like people that was born in the 90s, people that was born in the 80s, people that was born in the 70s. We had purpose. Okay? If you got somebody over 35 years old, they still come from that generation where we had purpose. Where when you raised your kid, you was instilling in your kid shit. Like, not every child, obviously, but the majority of people was instilling shit in their kids, giving them purpose. Kids don't even got purpose no more. And I don't blame that on the parents but so much, but it is their responsibility. Why don't kids have purpose anymore? Because people got to spend so much time doing shit like paying bills. Remember, in the 80s and in the 90s, even though I grew up in a single parent household for the most part, in the 80s and in the 90s, a lot of people had access to more than one adult that they had to listen to, that they had to adhere to their principles. Nowadays, you can't tell nobody kid nothing. Nowadays, uncles can't even, aunts can't even, grandmothers can't even, grandfathers can't even tell these kids nothing. I'm about to get up out of here. I wanted to make sure I gave y'all a show. There is no court until Tuesday. I'm going to try to put some content out for no other reason but because for no other reason than because of all of the bullshit that I'm going through. So expect to see some videos on other topics, by the way. Expect to see some videos on other topics. Maybe I'll start tomorrow. I do not know if I'm even going to do a morning coffee tomorrow. I might not. I'm about to tell you something interesting. So they have this thing right here, right? And they say, which one would you choose? And they got Coi Leray, they got Ice Spice, they got Megan Thee Stallion, and they have Lotto. I'm going to choose Ice Spice. You know why? Because Ice Spice looks like she doesn't even really want to be famous. She's just famous because she's famous. Ice Spice looks like if you snatch her up and take her out of the limelight and she's happy, that you don't really got to worry about her trying to do all of this other shit. Megan Thee Stallion, as we all know, she wants to be right in the front. Lotto, it would be my next second choice. And Coi Leray, it just looks like, I know what, I want to say the same thing. Maybe the same thing with Coi Leray that I just said about Ice Spice, maybe even more so for Coi Leray. But I guess Coi Leray has like a little girl's body, so I just don't really look at her like that. I don't look at her like that. She trying to get a little bump back there. But she kind of like has a little girl body, so that's just, she has no curves. So I don't know what to tell you. If you want to know what kind of chicks I think are attractive, or you don't gotta go far, all you gotta do is look at the females I post. So that's another reason people be like, no, you could just look at the women I post. Hold on, I'll show you some right now. The slimmest chick that I post, this is Ice Spice, right? I post her, right? This is the slimmest chick that I post. Every other chick that I post has a lot of curves. I posted Coi Leray a couple of times, but that's just because this outfit is just absolutely off the chain. I love that outfit, and because look what the okay, it's not that I love the outfit, but you can see what I'm talking about, right? So there's a thing that they're trying to do there, and I thought it was pretty interesting. But that was a good shot by Coi Leray. Coi Leray is pretty as hell. She kind of looks like Kendra. Kendra looks like a cross between her and Ashanti. So these are the females that I freaking post. These are the females I post, man. Obviously, the females I post are the females that I like. So I want to know which one of these girls have, which one of these women have a little girl's body. Just please explain this to me. Why 50 over here looking like me when I'm fucking not skinny? So these are the females I post for you. You could go look at the page, the BBN Jack Frost page. So if anybody that's like, yo, man, he's not showing us. No, I'm showing you no more. I'm just not scrolling with the thing like this. That's all. I'm showing you. So this is the shit that don't make sense. So that's why I be so like incredulous when people be telling lies. I'm like, it's not hard to tell what the truth is. You just want to believe the lie. That's all. Ice Spice, a ton of Ice Spice. I posted this chick. I don't know who she is, but I didn't give her her own page. But I just posted her because she was dancing. I like her dancing. All right. So I like when the chicks be dancing. I watch a lot of chicks that's dancing. So I don't know what to tell you. A really funny thing. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. Go do something positive out in the world, fam. Once again, I am not perfect, but I am 100% not a bad person. I'm not perfect though. I'm gonna keep trying though, because God says that's what we're supposed to strive for. But I'm not perfect, and obviously, I'm never gonna make it. Who can make it to be perfection other than Jesus? What I'm curious about is why people are so mad that I'm trying my hardest to be a good person. Like, people are really pissed off at me about that. Can somebody explain that shit to me? Like, people are really mad that I'm a good person. Like, you do know that that's the main reason why the people that hate me, right? Because I'm actually a good person, and they have, so because I'm not doing anything that they could say, look, I'm a bad person. They send people to come create situations so they could say I'm a bad person, even though I'm not doing anything. That's bananas. I don't know what to tell you. This. Now you see why I say that they're Satan. You get it? I'm not actually doing anything. Ever. Not before I moved to Coney Island, not after I moved to Coney. Well, not before I moved to after I moved to Coney Island. I'm never doing anything. I'm literally just. I love when I leave Coney Island because I get to be friendly with people. You know, as soon as I get off of the train, I gotta watch it. I gotta look at. It's crazy, but I love leaving Coney Island because I get the opportunity to do goodwill, and I don't get the opportunity to do goodwill when I'm in Coney Island. So I love leaving Coney Island. As soon as I can move out of here, as soon as my money get right and I can move out of here, I'm not even gonna come back to visit. You understand? If I meet somebody and they're like, I'm from Coney Island, that's the end of our conversation. You get it? If I meet somebody and they're like, they're from, that's the end of our conversation. What the fuck is this? And why did that even open up? I don't even know what that is. Oh, I opened that by accident. Yeah, that's the end of our conversation. Period. If I meet somebody and they're like, yo, I'm from Coney Island, after I move, that's the end of our conversation. I'm not going to be rude or nothing like that. I'm just going to excuse myself and I'm going to go do something else. Yeah, I might want to talk about that tomorrow. Or I might make a video tonight, depending on how I'm feeling. Wowzers. It was a basketball move. This fit kind of lit. Orange hat with the green shirt. I like putting orange and green together. That fit kind of lit. I think too much green, though. I think that his clothes needed a little bit more orange. Like his clothes don't have no orange. His clothes is green and white. If his clothes was green with orange instead of white, that fit is top tier. In my opinion, obviously. Just my opinion. Bent to God, not people. Listening ears and running mouth. This is a fact. People hate people. She like 60, fam. People hate people, fam. Definitely wanted these. The Gammas. I think that's what those are called, right? The Gammas. Gamma Blues. That's what they call it. Yeah, definitely wanted those. Did I stop following it? Yeah, I think this is some chick I stopped following. She had no content except getting naked, so I just stopped following her. Obviously not completely naked, but like she had no content. Like it was just half clothes dressing. That's it. That's all her content. So that's not for me. So there are chicks that I follow that do a lot of modeling for bikinis, but that's never a reason why I follow them, you know? That's crazy because these people want me to move out of Coney Island. So I'm literally going to move out of Coney Island once I have the money to move. I don't want to live here. So if you really want me out of Coney Island, leave me the fuck alone so I can make my money. And I'll just move. I literally just move. Another pair of Jordans I haven't had that I would like. I would literally just move. Shout out to the people that keep telling me that if I go pull up to them, like that live in other states and be like, yo, you could come out here. We're not doing that. I'm not moving with nobody. We're not doing that. The fuck? Why he did that to that dude? Them niggas punching niggas in the back of their head during this shit. What the fuck? Somebody snatched that nigga up. Niggas is weird, fam. Niggas is always trying to do some sneaky shit to hurt another person. Like, what the fuck, fam? Like, what the fuck, fam? I want when I get my shit up, I'm 100. And when I move from Coney Island, I'm not even going because I don't really care for because I don't really care about how do you call that, amusement parks, because I don't go on rides. I don't go on rides, so I don't care for the amusement parks. So I'm never coming back. Never. I gotta actually get some grub in me. I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody have a beautiful night. Just I know I'm constantly telling people to go do something good out in the world and put God's name on it, right? So I just want to be clear about something. I haven't even looked at my Bible. So I haven't looked at the word they sent me today, right? Today I haven't looked at my Bible today. Let's just see what word they sent me real quick. Look, I just opened it up. You're gonna see what word they sent me. I have not looked at the Bible today. First thing popped up is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 1 and 2. It says, you are God's children. He loves you very much. So you must try to be like him. Show that you love each other. Remember how much Christ loved us. He gave himself as a sacrifice on our behalf. He offered himself in a way that pleased God, like a sacrifice with a lovely smell. So I want to be clear about this. God says to love our people because he loves us. God didn't say go do evil to each other because you think somebody did something. God didn't say go be harmful to each other, go destroy each other, go cause war with each other. He didn't say that. Now, there's something that I just want to point out because you people were not clear on something. I get why some of y'all are always going to hate me because Jesus didn't come for every person. Jesus did not come for every man. Jesus came for the lost sheep. That's it. He came for the lost sheep. He came for a specific number and set of people. He didn't come for everybody. That's the biggest lie that's told about the Bible, most likely. That lie might be bigger than telling people that Jesus is white. Because that lie makes it seem like every single person can go to heaven no matter how they carry themselves, as long as they repent right before they go to heaven. Just right before they die. I want to be clear about something. You do understand. Just listen for 1 second. 1 second. God says that he's at the beginning and that he's at the end. So he knows what's going to happen already because he's already lived it. That's what we think, right? No, he knows what's going to happen already because he's already ordained it. He's at the end because he's already past it. Time has no comprehension for him. Time is not a constraint. You get it? So when they say that he came for the lost sheep, and they said this in the Bible thousands of years ago, he came for the lost sheep hundreds of years ago, right? No, thousands still, because that was before Jesus died. So it's thousands of years ago. Came for the lost sheep, right? Meaning that God's already at the end. So he knows which one of us is going to be anointed. He knows which one of us is going to be in heaven. That's one of the secrets that these celebrities are keeping from y'all. They making y'all believe that you could do this and you can do that. And then you could just say, I'm sorry, God, and he's going to allow you into heaven. But the thing is, God's already at the end, meaning that everybody who is supposed to be in heaven is already there. So if everybody that's supposed to be in heaven is already there, just think about that for one moment. While you out here conducting yourself with the business of what you're conducting yourself with. Time is not a constraint to God. Time does not bind him. It binds us. You should be using better time with your energy. Pardon me. You should be using your energy better. You should be using your energy better. I want to say one more thing about the Most High, but I'm going to send y'all to a real quick commercial break. This one is going to be quick, I think. No, it's not going to be that quick, but it's going to be fast. Be right back. All right, because I wanted to finish my thought, but I need to do something real quick. So I just want to say this, and I want to be clear on this, because I think that this is the understanding that people are just not getting. God is already at the end. The Bible literally has been deciphered by many people, and there's a number, 144,000. How many people on the planet right now? Billions. So you're trying to tell me out of billions, the number that's in the Bible is 144,000. Just think about that for one moment. Wrap your head around that. So out of all of these people on the planet, if we are to believe what the Bible was saying, there's only 144,000 lost sheep. I think y'all should start paying a closer attention to the people who grow closer to God in this day and age. There's a reason why some people are growing closer to God and some people are going away from God. I'm going to tell you a theory that I have. I'm going to tell you a theory I have. Listen and pay attention. You know how we have all of these OnlyFans girls now? So the head of Jesus Christ is God. The head of man is Christ. The head of woman is man. And the head of child is woman. So the only way man could get to God is through Christ. The only way man could get it to heaven is through Christ. Pardon me. The only way that man could get to heaven is through God. The only way that man could get to God is through Christ. This is stated in the Bible multiple different places in multiple different ways. I'm going to say it again. I promise you, whatever church you go to, you've heard this numerous times. They just didn't really break it down. They just stop right there. I'm going to explain it again. Listen and pay attention. The only way to get to heaven is through God. And the only way to get to God is through Christ. So that means that we can't get to God unless we go through Christ. Right? So man can't get to God unless he goes through Christ. Right? So how is a single woman supposed to get to God? How could her children get to God? I just need somebody to explain this to me. And I'm just going off of what the Bible says and what I'm 100% sure, because this is something that they actually do teach, that you could only get to God. Pardon me. You could only get to heaven through God. And you could only get to God through Christ. So now woman can only get to Christ how? Through man. So how are single women supposed to get to Christ? Just asking. Now, which women in America do they try the most to try to convince y'all to stay single? To stay single and to stay whores. They push that in our communities more than anything else. And if you say I'm lying, listen to our music. Listen to how the rappers tell y'all that if they wanted to come out with good music, they would never get any radio play. They wouldn't get any kind of backing. If they try to put out positive music to uplift the community, that it's not going to get any spins. They're going to get blackballed out the industry. I love Ice Spice, but we see her. She's not a good artist. But she toes the line. Go listen to Lady London. She's a beast. She's better than all of these chicks out here that y'all like. Damn near. So why doesn't she get albums? Because the only way they're going to let her blow is if she makes the content they want her to make. But I think she doesn't, because I don't know this for sure. I don't think she feels comfortable making that type of content. So she just ghostwrites. She's a ghostwriter. So if man can only get to heaven, right, by going through Christ and then going through God, how can woman get to heaven if she refuses? And remember, we have to be obedient to the teachings of Christ and obedient to God. Not just know who he is and acknowledge, but it's the obedience. And what's the main thing that they teach females nowadays? To be, what are you doing listening to a man for? Who do he think he is? And let a woman be happy in a relationship following her man. What do other women tell them to do? They give them all the advice in the world to fuck that relationship up. Because it's not the woman giving that advice, it's Satan. Because that woman, I don't know what her man is doing. I don't know if he has a relationship with God or not. But that woman is in a position to be in Christ's light. That woman is in a position to be in Christ's light. So what do her friends do? Nah, you didn't do your whole season. We're going to go on a trip to, I don't know, wherever the hell out of the country. We're going to go on a girls trip and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Nah, don't worry about it. He'll never find out. This is not me knocking women, dragging women, or saying anything negative about women either. Just want to be clear on this. What I'm saying is, as a society, we have an issue. As a community, we have an issue. As a society, as a community, we have an issue. You want to know why I'm not moving until my money get right? I'm going to tell you right now. Because these people ain't going to stop harassing me. Once again, the person that lied and created the harassment was told by a whole nother individual to do this. All that's going to happen is I'm going to move, and then that person is going to go find somebody in whatever community I move to do the same thing. It might not be a girl to lie and say I did that, but maybe it's somebody else to lie and say I robbed the store. Maybe it's somebody else to say a lie and say I did something else. So that's not going to go nowhere, no matter what community I live in. So what the fuck would I move if I don't have the financial stability to be able to do the things that I need to do? That don't make sense. And I just want to be clear about this. I not only don't want to live in Coney Island, I don't ever want to even see or speak to a person. After I move out of here, I'm never even going to talk to a person that's from Coney Island again. When somebody approaches me and I find out that you're from here, I don't even want to talk to you. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I'm just going to end the conversation as quickly as possible, and I'm going to go about my business. Wish you the best. Yeah. Wish you the best. Wish you all the best. But nah, I don't want to talk. I'm not going to want to have a conversation. I do got something positive to say about Coney Island. Shout out to Freddie. Freddie is, you're about to get shit for this, Freddie. They're going to come hate you. But you a real nigga, so I'm not really concerned. Whenever there's real niggas, I'm never concerned with letting y'all know that they did something because they real niggas. See, a real nigga, you can't go to a real nigga and tell a real nigga a lie. You understand? Because most real niggas have been lied on before. I'm going to say that again for the people that don't get it. You can't really go to a real nigga. This is why when people believe shit about me that don't make sense, I know you're not a real nigga. I know you not. Because a real nigga has been lied on and slandered and everything else. So real niggas don't really be going for that bullshit. You can't really come up to a real nigga and be like, yo, this nigga's doing this and this nigga's, they're going to be like, where's the proof? How? Well, this person said that's not going to be enough. So I want to say shout out to Freddie that owns the Key Food over here. I'm going to tell y'all about a thing, and I don't care how it makes me look. Because we're supposed to give our testimony, and by me giving the testimony about what happened, I'm hopefully allowing for the Most High, or putting him in a position where the Most High could bless him even more than he's already blessed. So we're supposed to share our testimony. So a couple of weeks ago, I was just doing bad, real bad, right? Remember, these people are just trying to destroy my life, right? So I'm doing real bad. I go to the supermarket and I tell the dude, I'm like, yo, I need a little bit of assistance, a little bit of help. He said, okay, not a problem. How much? I said about $20. I get about 19. I think that the total was actually $19.17. I said, I'll bring it back. He says, not a problem. Other day, I pull up in the supermarket. I have the money to give back to him. I'm doing purchases. So I got the money to give back to him. And I tell him, yo, I could pay you back right now. He said, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? He said, I didn't ask you to pay nothing back. If I wanted you to pay me back, I would have told you. He said that was a gift. He is undoubtedly the realest nigga that I've met in Coney Island. Undoubtedly. And whatever I go do in life, that's one person that I'm going to figure out a way to repay him back 1,000-fold, one way or another. There's a couple of people out there, a couple of y'all out there. As soon as, if I'm ever able to, I'm pulling up. If I'm ever able to. Let me get in a situation where I'm over here winning and we got to do some kind of banquet or some shit like that and I need food. You know what? We ordering it from this fucking Key Food, fam. We doing some kind of thing and we need to get a whole bunch of whatever together. We ordering it from that fucking Key Food, fam. We ordering the fucking Key Food, fam. Just so we could be clear. Anything that I'm doing that involves ever in the history of me being alive, that involves us have to buy a lot of produce and or food of any kind, and we need to go somewhere and get it, that's going to be my supplier. He's my connect. I hope God blesses me so I can go pull up on them $20,000. We got a thing going on over here, and we giving away food to these people. I was able to go get some company to write me a $20,000 check. I'm pulling up to that place. I get some company to write me a $5,000 check. We giving away turkeys, some shit. I'm pulling up to that nigga. The dopest part was I was there to pay. I was literally there to pay. I wasn't there to do nothing else. I was there to pay. Pardon me. I was there to pay. He looked at me like he was, like I was insulting him. I've gotten a lot of shit every time I go in that store because that's where the people go to try to trap me at and create a situation. Right? So I've gotten a lot of shit whenever I go in that store. Right? It's not the people that work there fault. It's not their fault. I think that's one of the reasons why whenever I go to that store, they make sure they go in the store and harass me. Because that used to be one of the few places that I could go and be around people that treat me like a human being. Because the majority of the workers there are really nice, good people. You understand? And when I say the majority, I mean it's like only 2 people that work there that about 3 people that work there that I just try to avoid. I don't want no revenge. I'm not trying to get back at you. It's all good. I'm just gonna avoid you. But that's the type of people God need to be blessing. That's the type of people God should be blessing. People like him. The fuck is this? It's not snowing. Is it snowing? It's fucking dark. What the fuck this shit say Northampton? What the fuck do I care about Northampton? All right, so that's why I'm saying it's that's why it's telling me Northampton. Okay. But this computer's never been over there. It's a different thing I'm referring to. This computer's never been there though. This computer's never been there, but you know what? I don't even care about that. I'll fix that another time. I actually don't care about it. It was just something I was curious about what the fuck it was in the first place. So I just want to say shout out to Freddie. You know who real niggas is when you going through whatever you going through. That's when you know when real niggas is. Right? That's how you know who real niggas is. When you going through whatever you going through, that's how you know who real niggas is. That's the best way I could put it. The dude hooked me up, and then I went to go back to pay, and the nigga said, "Nah, you good. Don't worry about it." I don't even know how to feel about that. I'm gonna let y'all go though. Everybody have a blessed day. Go do some good shit out. Oh, this is the Tonight Show. I'm still gonna end it like that. Go do some good shit out in the world. Like, comment, subscribe, and throw God's name on it. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. They're about to go in there and fucking harass the shit out of that nigga. Watch. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. So whenever I go in the store, they have homeless people follow me around to try to harass me and to try to get into a fight with me. So I'm pretty sure the next time I go in that store, somebody gonna throw a punch at me. I'm pretty sure they're gonna put me in a situation where I don't have no choice but to hurt somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna put me in that position. I'm pretty sure. They're gonna put me in a position where I'm gonna have no choice. I honestly believe some of us are only here so Satan can attack us. I literally believe that. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. That's all I got on this one.